Şehzade Mosque. The Şehzade Mosque, Turkish, Şehzade Camii, is a 16th century Ottoman imperial mosque located in the district of Fatih, on the third hill of Istanbul, Turkey. It was commissioned by Süleyman the Magnificent as a memorial to his son Şehzade Mehmed, who died in 1543. It is sometimes referred to as the Prince's Mosque in English. History. The construction of the Şehzade Complex, külliye, was ordered by the Ottoman Sultan Süleyman the Magnificent as a memorial to his favorite son Şehzade Mehmed, born 1521, who died in 1543 while returning to Istanbul after a victorious military campaign in Hungary. 2. Mehmed was the eldest son of Süleyman's only legal wife Hürrem, although not his eldest son, and before his untimely death he was primed to accept the sultanate following Süleyman's reign. Süleyman is said to have personally mourned the death of Mehmed for 40 days at his temporary tomb in Istanbul, the site upon which the imperial architect Mimar Sinan would construct a lavish mausoleum to Mehmed as one part of a larger mosque complex dedicated to the princely heir. The complex was Sinan's first important imperial commission and ultimately one of his most ambitious architectural works, even though it was designed early in his long career. Architecture. Exterior. The mosque is entered through a marble paved colonnaded forecourt with an area equal to that of the mosque itself. 3. The courtyard is bordered by a portico with 5 domed bays on each side, with arches in alternating pink and white marble. At the center is an ablution fountain, Sadrvan, which was a later donation from Sultan Mehmed IV. The twin minarets have 2 galleries and elaborate geometric sculpture in low bas-relief and occasional terracotta inlays. It is the only non-sultanic mosque designed by Sinan with a pair of minarets with 2 galleries. 4. The mosque itself has a square plan, covered by a central dome, flanked by 4 half-domes. The dome is supported by 4 piers, and has a diameter of 19 meters, 62 feet, and a height of 37 meters, 121 feet. It was in this building that Sinan first adopted the technique of placing colonnaded galleries along the entire length of the north and south facades in order to conceal the buttresses. Interior. Interior of the mosque. The interior of the Şehzade Mosque has a symmetrical plan, with the area under the central dome expanded by use of 4 semi-domes, 1 on each side, in the shape of a 4-leaf clover. This technique was not entirely successful, as it isolated the 4 huge piers needed to support the central dome, and was never again repeated by Sinan. The interior of the mosque has a very simple design, without galleries. Complex. Şehzade Complex, külliye, is situated between Fatih and Beyazıt complexes. The complex consists of the mosque, the tomb of Prince Mehmed, which was completed prior to the mosque, 2 Quran schools, medres, a public kitchen, imaret, which served food to the poor, and a caravanserai. The mosque and its courtyard are surrounded by a wall that separates them from the rest of the complex. Mausoleums. There are 5 mausoleums, in the funerary garden to the south of the mosque. The earliest and largest is that of Şehzade Mehmed, which has a Persian foundation inscription over the entrance with a date of 1543-4. 5. The mausoleum is an octagonal structure, with a fluted dome, polychrome stonework and a triple-arched portico. The interior walls are covered with multicolored cerulean tiles and the windows have stained glass. 6. An unusual feature is the rectangular wooden throne over Mehmed's sarcophagus, which symbolized his status as the heir apparent. Within the mausoleum there are also the tombs of Mehmed's daughter Hürrem Sultan and his youngest brother Cihangir d. 1553. The identity of the 4th sarcophagus is not known. 7. To the south of the Şehzade Mausoleum is the tomb of Grand Vizier Rustam Pasha, which was also designed by Sinan. Rustam Pasha was the son-in-law of Süleyman the Magnificent. Like the Rustam Pasha Mosque, it is decorated with a large number of underglazed Ionic tiles. By the gate to the complex is the tomb of Grand Vizier Ibrahim Pasha, son-in-law of Murat III, who died in 1601. The tomb was designed by Dog Ahmet Kaylis, and almost equals that of Şehzade in design and use of tile decoration. The Şehzade Camii was commissioned by Ottoman Sultan Süleyman II, also known as Süleyman the Magnificent and Kanuni, the lawgiver, Reg. 1520-1566, a 924-976, to commemorate his favorite son Şehzade Mehmed, 1520-1543, a 924-950, upon his early passing in 1543. 22 years old at the time of his death, Şehzade Mehmed was killed while returning to Istanbul after a victorious military campaign in Hungary. Mehmed was the eldest son of Süleyman's only legal wife, although not his eldest so. and before his untimely death he was primed to accept the sultanate following Süleyman's reign. Süleyman is said to have personally mourned the death of Mehmed for 40 days at his temporary tomb in Istanbul, the site upon which famed imperial architect Sinan, 1490-1588 895-996 would quickly construct a lavish mausoleum to Mehmed as one part of a larger funerary külliye, or mosque complex, dedicated to the princely heir. The mosque complex was Sinan's first imperial commission and ultimately one of his most ambitious architectural works, even though it was designed early in his long career. Şehzade Complex külliye was built for Prince Mehmed, the son of the Süleyman the Magnificent, whom he liked the most and ideally thought to enthrone him. Although the construction date of the complex was never precisely known, it was written on the sarcophagus of Prince Mehmed that the mosque was completed in the month of Recep in 1543. It is written in the Tezkere-ül Bunyan, an autobiography of the architect Sinan, that the starting date of the construction of the Şehzade Complex was June 1543. Additionally, considering the death of Prince Mehmed occurred in 1543, the complex was not built for him. Upon his death the name of Şehzade was given to the complex. The complex was located in the Şehzade district of Eminönü County. The architect Sinan has called the complex the work of his apprenticeship. It consists of 5 major sections: a mosque, a tomb of Rustam Pasha, a tomb of Prince Mehmed, which was built prior to the mosque, a tabain hostel, and a madrasa theological school. Mosque. The mosque has an area of 38,138 meters, with a central dome that was constructed on 4 big columns. The dome has a diameter of 19 meters and a depth of 53 meters. The central dome was supported by 4 half-domes. The mosque has 2 minarets with 2 sheer-face minaret balcony, each with ornamentation and decoration pretty far from the architectural simplicity of that period. The 9 domes of the mosque which encircle the courtyard have the same dimensions and the same height and form a symmetric unity with the fountain located in the middle of the complex. Evliya Çelebi, 1611-1684, the famous 17th century Ottoman traveler and writer, stated that the dome of the fountain had been built by Sultan Murad IV and praised the architect Sinan due to the decoration of the minarets. Other buildings. The starting year of the construction of the tomb for Prince Mehmed was 1543 and it was completed in 1544. Walls of the tomb were covered with ceramics, and the windows have stained glass. Other than the tomb of Prince Mehmed, there are the sarcophagus of Cihangir, son of the Süleyman the Magnificent, who passed away in early age just like Prince Mehmed, the sarcophagus of Hümeysa, the daughter of the Süleyman the Magnificent, as well as 3 unknown sarcophagi in the tomb. The madrasa, which forms the northeast wall of the complex, was constructed in 1546-1547. It consists of 20 rooms, a bath, and a vaulted room with one side open to a court that was used as a dormitory for girls after 1950s. The tabain, the hostel attached to a mosque where travelers, usually dervishes and mystics, could live free for 3 days, was located just like the madrasa toward the east on the outer wall of courtyard. The building located in the southern part of the Şehzade Complex, sometimes used as the printing house of Istanbul University, was Bayan Mektebi, an Ottoman elementary school. The entry porch of the school does not exist today. The window structure has been metamorphosed and the fireplace was removed when it was used as a warehouse. There is another structure called the Rusiyef restaurant, previously a soup kitchen in the 16th century, which consists of 3 sections and draws the attention of visitors.